Hey, Mama, how are you? Welcome in, baby. We're going to talk about mistakes you make in a relationship. As soon as a couple more people come in here, we're going to talk. It's so hot in here. Oh, my goodness. Hoping you're having a good day, Mama. My day is going okay. I can't complain. Yay, I'm glad you got it. Oh, that's so happy. I'm so happy. Yeah, I didn't come on yesterday at all. I just sat around the house and just sat around. That's about it. Oh, that's good topic. Make a slow make a slew of them. I know. Yeah, we're gonna talk about mistakes you make in a relationship because I made a lot of mistakes in a relationship. And as soon as a couple more people get in here, we're gonna talk about this topic. And yeah, I'm gonna put on set hit on some pointers here today on this topic. But I'm doing okay. It's 90 something outside. I thought I would sit in the house and just just sit, I guess, and do absolutely nothing. I've been packing, hoping and praying that God leads me to Georgia where I want to go. So I've just been packing and trying to get stuff together in here. I've been cleaning out closets and stuff. I got some premiere. I think I got a premiere tomorrow. I think it is. I think it's tomorrow. Um, yeah, I was gonna. You're gonna guys gonna see me cook some steak. It's just I've been trying to do something. Yeah, but I'm just trying to work on that other channel too. So this ain't the only one I'm working. I'm working on the other one too, trying to do both at the same time. I'm trying. Some of the outfits of the day, I try to put it over there. Also, the ones that's not my friend over here, the ones over there are my friends. They can get it over there. So yeah, I've been doing pretty good. As soon as a couple more people get in here, we can talk and pray and get started. Let me see if hold on. Yeah, so but other than that, I'm doing amazing. How is your day today? How's everything going so far for you, Mama? It's cooler today, only 84. We're going to barbecue. Yes, I was checking. It's tomorrow and it won't get. Oh, okay. Wow, that's good. Barbecue. Yum yum. Yeah, yum yum. I haven't been to a barbecue in a long time. Since I've been here, I've been to things, but I haven't been to a barbecue, something that I really would want to go to. It's a barbecue, but I haven't really been to one yet. But yeah, Christian's supposed to have been coming on live with me. I don't know where she's at. I think I told her 4, but but Sherry premiere starts at 4 today, so I want to make sure I'm there for my sis. I love her, so I want to make sure I'm there for her. Yeah, but I've been packing up stuff, trying to get stuff right, trying to get the house right, and doing all that stuff that I need to do. Um, so when it's my time to move, I can just I got to go get some more boxes. I had somebody come out here and look at my truck. I'm going to go ahead and sell it and just probably get me a Ford Taurus. I like Ford Tauruses or Altima. One of those cars. Or I don't know if I want another truck because every time I get a truck, it's a more problem. Hey, sis, how are you? Welcome in, baby. Every time I get a truck, there's always a problem. So I'm just waiting, to see what. Maybe once I move to Florida, if God's willing, I'll probably get me another car. I'm not going to worry about it now because here in Atlanta, the taxes here in Atlanta to get something. If I get another car here, all the taxes I got to pay $400 or $500 for taxes here in Atlanta. So it'll be better for me wherever I move to just to go ahead and get it there. So yeah, Cherry, we're going to talk about mistakes that we make in a relationship. As soon as a couple more people get in here, I don't know if they got the notification or not. But yeah, we're going to talk about that today. Right now, it's just two of you guys here and 4 in the background, in the bushes. So, soon as a couple more people get in, hopefully they hurry up and come. Florida is a better. Yeah, I know, Mama. So that's why I was trying to go because here I pay like $500 for taxes. The other truck, the other car that I have that my daughter have right now, we pay so much taxes on that car. I mean, you can't even cash a check here if you don't got Georgia license. So being that I got Georgia's license, I remember I was getting checks from back home. I had to transfer. I had to get my license changed for it to say my name, Georgia, to other than being back at home for me to get a check. And I said, that's crazy, man. The way things go here in Georgia it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So I done had enough of this place. Even though people don't want me to move, they say, "Oh, don't go to Florida, don't go to Florida." But you know what? I got to do what's best for me. not for what nobody else think. That's what's wrong with people. We do what other people want us to do. We should do what we want to do. And just because that place didn't work out for you doesn't mean it doesn't work out for me. There's a lot of people say, oh, Florida got this, Florida got that, Atlanta got this, Atlanta got that. Atlanta ain't got nothing. And people tell me, when I moved down here, I thought I never did like Atlanta that much. It was okay, but I wasn't really crazy about it. But I still stayed and tried to see if I liked it. And I stayed a while. Yes, it is crazy. They say, don't move to Florida. Florida ain't got nothing. Hi, Dispella. How are you doing? Welcome in. If you want to come up on if you want to come up on a panel, we're talking about the mistakes that we make in a relationship. Everywhere is too hot. I like Florida, and that's where I'm going. But I want to move to Florida. That's my plan. Yeah, and that's my plan too. And I'm not going to change it for no one, nobody. So, Dispella, how are you doing today? We're talking about oh my goodness, mistakes that we make in a relationship. If you want to come up on a panel, you can. If not, I'll talk about it by myself. I don't mind talking about myself. I'm so used to talking about myself. It doesn't matter if somebody want to talk on here with me or not. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Dispella. So, yeah, that is what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to drop the link so you can come up with me. Thank you so much for being such amazing. Yes, Dispella, but I'm tired of the cold. Me too. Atlanta is hot. It rains too much here in Atlanta. Oh, my goodness. It's bad weather coming our way, too. We're supposed to be getting bad weather, but I don't know when. I'm about to put you down here, Dispella. Thank you for coming up here and joining me, sweetheart. I appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so I just dropped the link. Dispella, if you want to come up, we can. We're going to talk about bad relationship, what we do, the mistakes we make in a bad relationship. I don't know why I want to say bad relationship. The mistakes we make in a relationship, that cause problems, cause hardship, cause all the stuff that we don't want it to cause. So yeah, but yeah, guys. So there's there's the link if you want to come up. Dispella, I've dropped it for you, sweetie. Yeah, so yeah, my day is going all right. Thank you so much for being here, Dispella. You're amazing. Hold on, wait a minute. What's going on here? Hold on, Dispella.
Hi.
Hi,
Dispella. I always wonder why my head
looks guys. Dispella is my girl right there, guys. If you don't have my girl, Dispella, you guys better get her, or I'm gonna spank all y'all.
Oh my.
So how you doing today?
I'm good. This is my Sabbath day. This is my day of rest. So
okay, cool.
I am doing whatever I want today. It's a nice day for me.
Wow. How's the weather there?
Very hot.
It's like 92 here in Atlanta, but in my house here inside, it's like maybe like 50.
Oh wow, you keep it cold.
Because the air is hot outside.
Yeah. Right.
I turn it up, turn it down, up, down, up, down. So today we're going to talk about mistakes that we make in a relationship. I think one mistake that I've made, yes, because some relationships are good, right? I think one relationship that I made, Dispella, in my being in a relationship, that I didn't put God in it.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't do it. I just want to do it on my own. And that's that was one of my mistakes. Do you have a mistake that you made in a relationship?
Hooking up with the wrong kind of people, control freaks, as they call them. Yeah, only God should be in control of your life and your destiny, not another person.
Right, I agree.
They can give input, but they can't be, manipulating, controlling you, telling you what to do, when to do it. That's not God's plan. That's a Pharisaical spirit. That's what that is.
There you go. And like you said, you're connecting with somebody that's controlling, not letting you be yourself. If you're in a relationship and that person is not letting you be you, you shouldn't be in it.
Exactly.
When we come into a relationship, we come on our own. You're not my daddy. I'm not your mama. So we come as one. So if we're going to control each other, it's not going to last. You know that? And one thing I noticed when you're in a relationship, the mistakes that we make, the things that you got to get that person, continue. Don't stop because y'all get older. If that man gave you flowers, Dispella, when he found you, continue giving you flowers just because. Right. And that's what we do wrong in our relationship. We don't want to give flowers anymore because we just think maybe since we gave flowers a long time ago, we got that person now, so we're comfortable. Never, ever get comfortable in a relationship. Because when you get comfortable, it goes sour.
Well, and that's typical of men, anyways. I think a lot of times is they pursue, they have you. Okay, I caught the prize. Now I'm either on to another conquest or just done doing that. So yeah, you're
Right.
right.
And we can't do that. We don't want to get comfortable in a relationship. Don't stop combing your hair. Whatever you did to get him, keep yourself up.
Yep.
And that's one thing I said. Whenever I get me a husband, my husband know I was like, woo, on point, this fella. I mean, everything was on point. I made sure the way he seen me. I know we're gonna get old, but at least you want to keep yourself up to par. God knows we're gonna get old and we're gonna get all wrinkled and all that fragile stuff, but still keep yourself looking great. Don't stop looking great, because that's what the man want to see, or that's what the woman want to see. If a man come around you with a big old pot belly, he have a pot belly before, that's okay. You know, that's okay if he got a pot belly, because you still, that's love. But don't forget the little things that you did to get him. And that's what we do wrong. We forget the little things. We don't talk about money. And when you're in a relationship, you know you have to talk about money. You have to talk about bills. We want to hide that. We should never want to hide bills. We should never want to hide our money problems. We want to keep those things up to par. And, you know, that's what we got to do. My first relationship was innocent relationship, and it was good. One, he was a good guy. We were young, and we went to the same church, but I had a lot of emotional problems and ruined it all. Yeah. And sometimes mama, that does do it. That's why I'm trying to say, if you with somebody and you got a lot going on, talk to them. That's the only way it's going to get better. If you hide yourself behind a window, behind a chair or whatever, that person don't know what's going on with you. If you talk to that person about stuff, then they'll be better at it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So we got to know what the right thing when we're in a relationship. Fighting with each other is not going to get it.
Communication.
You can't fight or do all those things. And keeping secrets is another thing.
Oh yeah.
When we're in a relationship, we don't want to keep secrets. We want to make sure that we're sharing our thoughts with each other. We don't want 10 other bank accounts that your man don't know about, especially if that's your husband. You know how some husbands and wives do. They keep bank accounts from each other. Oh, I ain't gonna tell him what I got in here. Don't do that.
Well, I'm going to. Am I allowed to oppose anything you say?
Dispel, yes, because that's your opinion. It's just my opinion. You can, go ahead.
In a normal case, like with a normal minded man, I agree with you. But like my husband has a bad spending problem, like bad.
I get it.
So I have some money put aside because just in case we get in a situation where we don't have money and we got to have that money. Suppose I need gas for the car or whatever. Oh, yes, I have an account. Now, he knows I have the account. I told him, I put some money aside. So one day he pulled the same thing on me. He pulls out money. I said, where'd you get that from? He goes, I got me a secret account that you don't know about.
Wow.
So it wasn't something serious where I was being, underhanded. That's different. It's your motive. If you're just doing it to be mean and, well, I'm going to have my own stuff and apart from you. No, not like that. But if somebody has a problem and they spend money you don't have and you got to pay those bills, then you kind of have to keep it from them because they will grab it and spend it on video games. And
especially when you got somebody that got a bad spending habit, a gambling problem.
Yes.
Those type of things. Because they're going to look at what you got and they're going to want what you got. And another thing. Right. And I understand that. Now, if I was in that type of position you were in, Dispel, I'd do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, no, I'm going to put this on the side because you spend a little bit too much.
Right.
So we got to have something. You're going to spend everything up and we ain't going to have that. Yeah. And another thing, you don't want to go into a relationship acting like somebody's perfect. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. And when you're getting into a relationship thinking you're better than somebody or he better than you or you guys are perfect, we're gonna talk, we're gonna fuss, we're gonna yell, but we got to come to a conclusion that we can get along. And don't get in a relationship thinking that you're better than that one. And it got to be 50-50 in a relationship.
100 is what I say.
That too.
All of you, And
you don't want. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. That's all I was gonna say. You got to give all yourself. I always heard the 50-50 thing, and to me that means that you can be half off. So you got to give 100. If you're going to do it.
I agree.
You don't want to have anything lacking, nothing missing, nothing broken, sozo, salvation, everything all together. You need to have it all. Give it all.
right? Because you don't want half. It's not that you get like you're getting 80% of it. He only getting 20.
Right.
You're like, wait a minute, what's wrong with this picture? I'm giving 80 and you only giving 20. What's going on here?
That does not work.
Right. So you got to make sure when you're in a relationship, y'all both giving 100, like the speller say, and nobody's not lacking, that you're doing, look like you're doing more, and he's sitting down with his money in his pocket, ain't sharing.
Yeah.
This ain't no stuff like that going on. Yeah.
I just didn't want you to miss out on that other half there, sister.
You're right.
If he's only giving half, you're missing half of it.
Right.
And then where's that other half going?
Right. And another thing, we don't want to never lose romance.
Right. Oh, no. True. We're still working on that one.
You get it.
We're still working on that.
Mama said you sound like my cousin. She keeps money on her set for emergency, but her husband is very generous, and they are both are frugal. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, he's not frugal. My husband is not frugal. My husband is bipolar, and his mother taught him that whatever you want, I'm just going to hand you the money. So he entered the marriage thinking he could just spend whenever he wants.
No, ma'am. So you have to stop it.
No.
Good job.
Got to be paid, and we're still struggling because of that. But, I'm
by myself, and I'm still struggling because the speller, I know what you mean by struggling. Sherry say, I agree with you. That it's supposed to be 50-50. Amen. Okay, I'm Sherry. Good job. Mama said, but her first husband was not trustworthy. She had to keep money set aside, but the husband here, God sent you her, and she's beginning to trust her current. See what I mean? And sometimes if you got trust issues with a man, that ain't gonna work. Oh, okay, Mama. I know what you mean there. And you know what? Sometimes you get trust issues, because I had trust issues, not with my husband, but my baby daddy. My baby daddy, I had trust issues. And because, like I said, he would just do all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyway, some of the mistakes you make, it's not that love, that romance. When you're in a relationship, you got to have romance. We're not talking about that all the time. We're talking about just laying up under each other, cuddling.
See, he does that. Yeah, he's good at that. But the intimacy part, that's still lacking. So we're working on that one.
Okay.
Therapy for that. But yeah, you're right. You got to give the flowers, the cards. We write little note cards and hand them to each other. I'd like a foot rub, or I'd like a hug, or you got to keep doing that.
Right. And give them candy. And you know what, like write a card to her, especially when a person is going through something, you see your wife or husband going through something, say, hey, you know what, I'm just giving you a card just because. Put a gift card in there for $10, get them some socks, whatever, or let her bring her some candy or something. Just let them know you think about them. Don't ever forget romance in a relationship. And romance is cuddling, watching TV together. And don't ever forget about talking to each other. Communication is a lot. Spending
time. Look up the 5 love languages and learn what theirs is and do their love language, not yours. Don't be giving them stuff if giving is not their thing. If they want to just spend time with you, go and spend time with them. Watch their boring wrestling or whatever they're doing. I have to do that all the time. Got to watch his sitcoms and his movies and, and I'm really not into that, but that's what he likes. And that makes him feel loved. For me, I like the touch. I like hugs, kisses, There
you go. So, and that what makes a relationship. And, that's why a lot of relationships last, Dispelling, because we bend. We got to learn to bend in a relationship. I don't know if you know what I mean by bending. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got to learn to bend. Everything can't just be your way, to spell it. Everything can't just be my way, Trisha. It's got to be, we got to go in together. We got to learn to bend. Like you said, you don't like watching the things that he like doing. Like me, I'm not into the sports. But if I found a guy that was into sports, I have to bend. You know what I mean? We have to bend. Hey, I'm Frankie, thanks for coming in. We have to bend sometime. And know that just because he don't like watching sports, you may like it. And she may not like a sports, but you like it. But we got to bend sometime in relationship. And I have learned when I was with my husband, he was a Pittsburgh Steelers freak. I said, oh boy, if this man don't turn this off. And I used to like to watch the stories. I'm serious. He used to watch football all the time. And I used to like watching the stories. And he's like, I'm not watching, or Lifetime. He said, I'm not watching no Lifetime. That's for women. I said, please. And he said, you watch football? So we made an agreement. I watch football. You watch Lifetime. So when When Lifetime movies come up and they were about women, he'd be like, "Oh my goodness, no, you don't got this." So I say, "Wait a minute, we just made an agreement." He said, "Okay." So that's how we can learn to get along. And you know what? Like I said, I miss my best friend. I'm trying to tell you, I can't wait till God send me somebody just amazing as him. I know it's not going to be nobody nothing like him, maybe similar ways to him. And I miss my best friend. I miss sitting and talking to him, communication, because communication is the key. Folks don't understand. If you ain't got communication in a relationship, you might as well throw in the towel.
Right.
It ain't going to work without communication. And that's what people do wrong. They sit up in a relationship and you on the other side sitting and they all on the other side sitting. Nobody says hi. Nobody say you're beautiful. Sometimes we got to compliment our significant other. Sometimes your man may want to hear you say, Dispeller, "Oh, I like what you got on. That's cute." Or he may say to you, Dispeller, "Oh, you looking kind of pretty today. Where you going? I like that new look on you. I like your hairstyle."
Right.
And we got to compliment each other. Compliment each other. Okay, let's see what Mama said. My daughter, mother-in-law, like delusion, Dispeller. She had to put money aside because her husband, who was a good man but was not good, all the money. She she was a good man but was not good with money. She handed it all to the money, handled all the money, and it worked out well. And sometimes men are not good with money.
Yeah.
I know my husband, let me tell you something. My husband gave me his whole paycheck, Dispeller.
Yep.
And he said, "Just give me $25 out of it." I said, "Okay." He said, "Well, you better make sure those bills is paid." Because he knew I was a clothes freak. This sister girl over here like clothes. So he knew I like to wear clothes all the time. So he said, "Make sure," and you know what? I made sure the bills were paid. I knew we had things that we need to do. Let me see what Frank said. Sports is our lifetime. Yeah, sports is our lifetime. Yes, sports is you guys' lifetime, because my husband didn't like to watch no. He said, when it comes to Lifetime, you can go sit down with that. So yeah, make sure we're communicating. Make sure we keeping the love strong. And I don't care how long you've been with somebody. Make sure you keep the love strong. The reason why we fall out of love, because we don't keep it strong anymore. We don't want it to be the way it was. And just because you've been in a relationship 30, how long have you been married, Dispeller, if you don't mind me saying?
This time, this is my third husband.
Okay.
4 years.
Wow, that's great.
Been together 6 years. My
Wow.
first marriage, I was married 23 years.
Wow.
So I've had experience with marriage. I know a little bit about it.
Wow. Well, I only been married one time with my husband, 15 years. We've still been married if he didn't die of ALS. But I only been married one time. And I do want God to send me somebody amazing. But like I said, I'm willing to wait. I don't want to get with somebody don't communicate. I don't want to get with somebody because the last relationship that I was in before my husband, it was like we were together, but I felt alone. You know what I mean by feeling alone?
Yeah.
He was on the other couch.
Yep.
I'm on the other couch. And it was like I was in the house by myself. I don't want to get in a relationship like that again. I mean, I would have to get in front of him and say, "See me, hey," Right. It was always the phone. I said, okay, So I prayed about that relationship and I left it, because I'm not going to get with somebody that's going to do me that way. So we got to learn to keep the relationship alive. Don't expect perfection, because nobody's not perfect. So we got to learn that in a relationship, nobody's not perfect. And you're going to go through ups and downs. If somebody you meet and they act like they're better than you, that relationship is not for you. And in a relationship, you have to work together.
Right.
Work together in everything. We don't want to get in a relationship and pursue that person is going to be there for us or not. Anybody else want to get on a panel? And Delusion, she want to drop down, she can. If somebody else want to get up,
yep,
they can. Anybody else want to get up and speak their thoughts, like Frank? Frank, do you want to get up here? Frank be having a lot of good stuff to say. Anybody else want to get up? Yeah, so always remember to keep that relationship alive, and whatever it takes, whatever you did to get him, keep doing it. Don't stop. Whatever you did to get her, keep doing it. Don't stop. I don't care if y'all been together 20 years. 20 years. Still do the things. If you brought him flowers, or he brought you, not flowers, if you brought him a card and he brought you flowers, keep the romance going. And when I say romance, it's not all about making out. It's about sitting up watching movies. It's about uplifting one another, or just anything. It doesn't always have to be about other stuff. You know, you can sit up and watch a movie and cuddle. Don't forget cuddling when you're in a relationship. Don't forget talking when you're in a relationship. And these some of the things that we forget about doing when we're in a relationship with somebody. Don't ever forget about those, because the little things that we forget about is the things that count. And you know, like I said, I done those things. And once I got with my husband, I learned what love was really about, because I don't think I ever been in love until I met my husband. And let me see what else we should try to do. Like I said, we should not try to control each other. And there's a lot of people, when you're in a relationship, the first thing you guys want to do is control each other. You're nobody's mother. You're nobody's daddy. You let that person be them and you be you. And you know that's going to cause a problem if we're going to control each other. We can't go in a relationship controlling one another. Another thing we shouldn't do, we shouldn't expect perfection. You shouldn't expect that person is perfect, because the only person is perfect is God. So we can't expect somebody to be perfect because they're not perfect. Perfect is, there's no such thing as perfect people. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to fall short. But we got to be able to understand that even though we fall short, keep on going anyways in a relationship. Another one, avoiding confrontation, fighting for no reason. Try to avoid confrontation. And if there's an argument, try to talk it over. You know, and we don't want to do that when we're in a relationship. We don't want to talk it over. Thus, stop acting like you know more than that person, or that person knows more than you, because we don't know more than each other. So we got to learn to talk it out with each other, avoid confrontation. Also, fighting about everything. You don't want to get in a relationship and you guys are fighting about everything: money, food, who get the most cover, who got the most this, who got. When you're in a relationship like that and you're fighting about everything, you don't need to be together. You're fighting about every little thing. I know there's going to be arguments in a relationship because that's a part of life. But when you're fighting about every little thing, that's not good in a relationship. I mean, because we know there's going to be arguments. We know there's going to be people not liking what we do, or you're not liking what the other person do. You have your pet peeve and that person put his shoes in the wrong place, or that woman didn't throw this away, or this, you know, and we just fighting about everything. We don't want to fight about little things. And that's what was my problem when I first got with my husband. He would put his shoes all over the house. I said, oh my goodness, I had to learn to compromise. And when you're in a relationship, if you want it to work, you have to learn to compromise. Compromise, let them know what you don't want, like, and he'll let you know what he don't like. And you compromise together. Don't try to out-talk each other. And another thing we have to learn is how to communicate. We got to learn to communicate with one another. If we don't have communication, it's not going to work. It never works if you don't have communication, because it goes down the drain. So learn about communication. Another thing is trying to change the other person. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to try to change you. Don't try to change me. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's okay. If I don't like what you're doing, that's okay. We just learn to compromise and just learn to try to talk to each other what we don't like. Don't try to change that person because you're not that person's mother or that person's father. That's what makes relationships go down the drain, because we try to change each other, which we should never, ever do. The next thing we shouldn't do, keep secrets with loved ones. You know how you guys do keep secrets, like secret bank accounts, secret, well, I had a different bank account with my husband. I did. I had to have a different bank account because he was really hard on money. Also, like Dispella said, her husband was. I had to, because he was just he used to like to gamble. He used to like to go out and to the casino, and I had to keep money for the house. He would want the money that he gave me, that he worked hard for. He would want some of it back. So, but baby, let me go gamble this out. You know, it was hard on us. And finally, God took him out of that gambling stage, and you know, things started going better. Another thing we shouldn't do, not taking time for yourself. When you're in a relationship, you got to take time out for you. If you don't take time out for you, you won't make it. Everybody need me time in a relationship. If you're always up under that person 24/7, which you should never be, you always need to take time out for you. Take time out for you. Go get your nails done. Go to the park by yourself. Go shopping by yourself. You don't always have to be with that person 24/7, because that's what causes problems when you're up under each other all day, every day. That's going to cause a problem. So take time for yourself. Take time to get to know you all over, because sometimes you need to go get your hair done. Maybe sometimes you need to go get your nail done. Sometimes you just need time for yourself. Sometimes just because you don't have to always leave the house to get time for yourself, you can go in another room while that person's somewhere else. So just take time out to get to know who you are. Another thing is we need to learn how to do is not taking differences not taking differences in core values. Me, even though you like the same music and enjoy spending time with one another, you still have to have a hard time getting past major chronicles values, things like religion, morality. Like I said, just because that person believes a certain way doesn't mean you hold them accountable for their beliefs. My husband wasn't, he was, like I said, he wasn't a Christian at first. And, we had to work on, God had to work on him. He was just home all the time watching football. I would be the one at church. He would be home. And I prayed and prayed about him. I prayed and prayed about our situation, and God changed that. And another thing we should never, ever be scared to do is talk about money. Most of the time when we get in a relationship, the first thing we do, we stop talking about money. You want to talk about money. You want to talk about how the bill's going to be paid, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Don't be scared to talk about money situations when you're in a relationship. And that's what we do. We be scared to talk about money business. Don't ever be scared to talk about money. Talk about it. Tell them how you pay this, and just split the bills up. You shouldn't be doing more than him, and he shouldn't be doing more than you. And that's when the problem comes. I think the biggest problem in a relationship is money. It's money. And people don't want to talk about money. They want to talk about other things. And that's one of the things that hurts relationship is the money situation, because maybe somebody's not making what they used to, and you're used to getting your nails done. You're used to doing this, you're going shopping every week or whatever, and you're not able to do that no more. So that's what mostly relationships go down the drain, because the money situations goes broke. And like I said, that's going to happen in a relationship. But what we need to do is overcome that, because we know there's going to be money problems in a relationship, but we just got to keep on going anyway. The other thing is appreciating. Mostly people forget to appreciate one another. Why? I don't know. One thing about me, I always made sure that I told my husband that you are amazing, that you are loved, I love you. And we always want to make sure we letting the other person know that we love them. We got to let that other person know that they appreciate it. Because if you're in a relationship and you don't never let that person know that you appreciate them, do you know how that feels on a person? I know I want to be one thing about me, I like attention from my man. And if I see he's not giving me attention, I'd be like, wow, where's the attention going? You want attention from your significant other. You don't care how you're going to get it. You want attention, because if you're not getting that attention from that significant other, guess what happens? That person goes out and finds attention from somebody else. So always let your significant other know that they're amazing, that they're wonderful, and that they matter. And people need to hear that in a relationship. So don't let those things go down the drain. But the first thing that you got to do when you're in a relationship, always put God first. Don't put him second. Put him first. And what we do when we get in this kind of relationship, we make bad decisions. We put God last. And we wonder why everything is going rocky for us, because we didn't put him in a relationship anymore. We say we don't need him no more. So that's why things start going the opposite way. If you want something to go right, you have to put God in the middle of it. You got to let God lead you in a relationship. No relationship is going to work if you don't put God in it. None of those things that you dream about, beautiful home, wonderful husband, wonderful wife, picket fence, communication, love, if you don't put God in it. If I didn't put God in my relationship when I was with my husband, I think we probably would have been divorced a long time ago. I think we would have been divorced. But that's why God said, even though something goes wrong, still pray. And like God says in the Bible, the people that prays together stays together. And I believe that. I believe if you pray together, y'all going to stay together. Yeah, you're going to go through your ups and downs. You're going to go through all types of stuff. But as long as you're praying together, y'all going to stay together. No matter what's going on, no matter how things are, you're going to stay together. And I believe that 100%. I stayed with my husband 15 years. I got married 6 months later. And like I said, it was going strong. It was never a dull moment, because we put God in the middle of it. And that's why it lasted the longest it lasted. We put God in the middle of it, and we kept going. And that's what I want you guys to do. When you get into a relationship with a man or a woman, always put God first. Always remember that God is in control of that relationship. You're not in control of it. God is. And what we do wrong, we don't. We forget about God when we have a relationship. We forget about God when things start going wrong. Just because things go a certain way doesn't mean we're supposed to stop doing what we're doing. Keep going. Let God lead you. Let God show you where you need to go. And sometimes we got to let God show us our path that we need to go. Because sometimes we think we're going down the right path, and sometimes it don't be the right path. It be the wrong path. But that's okay. God say, I got you. I will never leave you nor forsake you. And he won't. But you got to stop making so many bad mistakes. You got to start rekindling that love. Rekindling that love. And it's not all about just laying in the bed together. It's about going out to dinner. That's romance. Holding hands. That's romance. Communication. That's romance. And these are the type of things we forget about in a relationship. We forget about romance. We forget about the love. We forget about communication. We forget about watching TV together. We forget about going out to dinner. Because most of the time, when a man and a woman get with each other, the first thing they forget about is what they used to do. You took me out to dinner when we first met. Why is that changed? You bought me flowers when we first met. Why is that changed? You ask that person, why don't you do the same thing? Because the reason why we do these type of things to ourselves, because we forget, because we have got comfortable. Who's here in the live streams? Anybody here? We have got comfortable in our relationship and we just forgot about everything. Who's here say I'm here? Because it seems like I'm talking all by myself, and we get comfortable in it. And we forget, put our hair all over our head. We stop looking nice. We let ourselves get out of shape. We eat everything. We just go wrong. And one thing about me, when I was in a relation, I kept myself up. I didn't give up on me. I just kept doing what I did. I mean, what he got to get me, I stayed that way. I kept staying amazing. Who's here in the live streams? Anybody here? I haven't seen nobody type not one thing. Sherry, you still here? Mama, you still here? Frank, you still here? Who here? Anybody still here? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you for still being here, Sherry. Okay, Mama said, true, and we need to focus on God and put God first in all we do. I learned when I don't do that, it never turns out right. You know what, Mama? It never turns. When we don't put God in it, it goes wrong. And like I said, that's why the reason why. Thank you, sis. That's the reason why my relationship went wrong for me before I met my husband with my kid's father, because I didn't put God in it. I just picked the first good-looking guy I seen, and I didn't put God in it. And we have to do that. If you want stuff to work out, we have to do that. So, so that is what I am talking about today. And like I said, I wish it was more people in here for this topic so they could have came up on the panel. I don't know where Christian is. She's supposed to have been here. There's a lot of people supposed to have been here, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so just learn to put God first and continue on doing what God wants you to do, and that relationship will go smoothly. It will. And like I said, the next relationship I get, I want to be just like me and my husband was. Not like him. I'm just saying go smoothly like that. Do things and, have things with him. I just wanted to be, I don't never want a relationship like my husband. Even though that relationship was wonderful. And God is not going to send you a relationship just like your husband or like your significant other or whoever, your boo thing or whatever. God is not going to send you a relationship like that. He's going to send you a relationship maybe similar, but it's never going to be like what you had. Me too. Mama, I don't know where they at, but oh well. But I said to myself, I'm not going to come on here. I'm not going to worry about this and that no more. I'm just going to go here and talk about my topic and go from there. But yeah, I want a relationship like my husband, but I know it's not going to be like my husband. It'd probably be similar to what he does, but I know it's not going to be like his. But like I said, that's why I say when I got with my husband, I put God in it. And that's the reason why it worked, because I didn't go into a relationship. I didn't go into a relationship, Mama, and just put myself in it, me and him. Because we already know when we just put ourselves in it, it's not going to work. God already told you, I'm a jealous God. I want to be in your relationship. I want to be in your marriage. I want to be in whatever you got going on. And that's why things go left, because we forget about him, And then, we don't want it to go left. We want it to continue going right. We want it to go the right way. Thank you, Frank. And we want it to go the right way still. So what I'm trying to say, guys, I just work on one day that's having a relationship that I'm not going to say like my husband, similar to my husband, somebody that always gave me compliments. And you know what? And when you're in a relationship, you don't want to forget about compliments. And that's one thing that men and women do. They forget about complimenting somebody, even though that person gets fat. So what? Still let that woman or man know that they're still amazing to you. And you know, when you don't let that person know, even though they gain weight, they feel some type of way. Like when I got with my husband, I gained some weight. And I say, I know you ain't. I say, I know I'm fat to you. He say, no, you still beautiful. And these are the things you want to hear. Just like as a man get big. You still want to hear those words from a woman. Hey, you still look handsome. I still love you like it was yesterday. And these are some of the things that we don't want to forget about, telling our significant other that we still love them, that we still care about them, that they're amazing. We don't want to never forget about telling each other that. And what we do wrong. We forget about telling each other that they're amazing. Don't ever forget about telling somebody that they're amazing. I don't care if it's 10 years down the line. Still let them know that they're amazing. Still let them know that they matter. Still let them know. Don't ever tell somebody, well, you gained a lot of weight, you need to lose it. You're making somebody feel bad about themselves. Those are mistakes in a relationship. We don't want to make those type of mistakes. We want to always tell our significant other, you still look amazing. No matter how much weight you gain, I still love you. And this is what two people want to hear. If the man gain weight or the woman gain weight. We don't want to go in a relationship acting like we're better than somebody. We don't want to go in a relationship and lose communication. Because if you don't have that, you might as well say the relationship is over. I cannot get into another relationship when nobody don't communicate with me. Like I told you guys, before my husband, that man would sit all the way on the other side of the couch. And I'm on this side. And we were together. But really, we wasn't together because his body was here, but his soul wasn't really here with me. He was somewhere else. He was on the phone. He was doing everything. We didn't communicate. I mean, I went to bed. He went to bed. He never said good night. He never said he loved me. And these are the type of things that you need to do when you're in a relationship. Never forget to tell your significant other that you love them. Do you know how far that goes when you tell somebody that you love them and mean it? That goes a long way. Because you want to make sure that man haven't lost a spark from you or that woman haven't lost a spark for you. You want those things to always be first. You want to always be able to communicate. You want to always be able to impress her or impress him. Let him know that you love him. Let her know that you love him. Bring her chocolate strawberries. If you brought me chocolate strawberries to get me, you better keep on bringing me those chocolate strawberries. You better not stop. And that's what people do. We stop giving chocolate strawberries. We stop giving love. We stop doing all the things. We stop having those long talks that you used to have, being that you done got somebody. Now you're comfortable in a relationship. Now you don't want to talk no more. You don't want to talk no more. It's all about you. You said, forget about the talking. Talking is over. Now you walking around a big old belly. She walking around with her hair all over her head. She's not taking care of herself no more because y'all both feel just like you're just not enough for each other and you just feel that you're just there. You don't want to never be in a relationship that you feel like you're just there. You want to be in a relationship that each other know that you're still loving each other like it was yesterday. And so that's what I want. I want a relationship with a man that he still feel the same for me from years ago. And there's no such thing that it can't be that way. It can be that way. There's relationships that you can be with somebody that still feel good about you, even though it was a long time ago. And, don't think just because y'all, how people say when you're in a relationship that the relationships get old. No. If you put God in your relationship, it would never get old. You may get old, but the relationship would never, ever get old. As long as you keep God in the middle of it, it will keep on going. It will blossom. And that's what we don't understand. Relationships will blossom. It will kindle. It will get good. And we don't understand that. So that's why I'm trying to teach you guys. Don't ever stop the little things you do to keep your relationship going. And if you have a problem with something like mental problems or a problem with bipolarness or trust issues, tell that person before you get involved. Let them know, I'm going through I had a mental breakdown, or I'm having trust issues, or let them know so they know that, she having these type of issues. So I want to help her out. I want to help her overcome these things, or I want to help him overcome these things. Oh, I always have a problem with people not loving me. So you want to tell this person that so he know, well, you know what? I'm going to show you love. I'm going to continue showing you love. And that's what people want to hear. They want to know that you're still there for them. You're still loving on them. And, this is all we need. And we don't get it. And we got to learn. Just because things are going left doesn't mean they have to go left. You keep it going right and keep on going forward, keep moving forward, no matter what is going on, keep on moving forward. And know that God is in control. I don't care what you do, how you do it, know that God is in control. God does not make no mistakes in your relationship. And relationship comes easy, relationship comes and goes, and they do. It comes and goes. But the relationship that will stick is when you put God in the middle of it. Let God know that I am putting you in my relationship. Let God know that I am loving on you. Let God know all these things that He wants you to know. And He will make that relationship last forever. You know, we're in a relationship, it's not temporary. It's supposed to be forever. And that's the type of relationship I want. The next relationship I get in, I want it to be forever till one of us pass. And that's what we want. We want to be in a relationship. If one of them passed, then go from there. Yeah. So I don't know what's been going on this channel lately. I'm not understanding it anymore. I'm just, it's just very, 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 very eeny weeny here lately, this live stream, but I don't know. So yeah, but guys, that is what I'm talking about today. I'm hoping, praying that someone else come in here and we can finish talking about it. But lately, this live stream is a hot mess. Yeah, so we don't want to expect we don't want to expect perfection. We want to avoid fighting, judging each other. That's another thing. Don't judge each other in a relationship. Oh, you did this and you act like, don't do that, because that's going to cause a problem. If we're going to go around judging one another in a relationship, that's the bad thing to do. You don't want to judge that person, and that person exactly doesn't want to judge you either. We want to continue on striving to be what God wants us to do. Maybe I'll just probably try to get on live and see if it works better. Might as well, huh? Let me get on live, guys. I'm going to get off here and I'm going to jump on live and see how that works for me, okay? Because it seems like nobody is in here. So I'm going to go on live, guys. The ones are here. Yeah, I'm going to go on live and see how it goes, sis. Because right now, this live is not. I'm going to go on live, guys. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Sis, join me on the live. Bye-bye.